If you have been looking for things to do on a summer afternoon in the Northland, and if you're heading up the North Shore admiring the scenery, you might stop by Two Harbors on a Thursday evening and listen to some wonderful band music, which is a tradition that's been around for quite a long time. I have on the phone with me John Gregor and Larry Saur, who are both friends of the Two Harbors band shell, and they are also members of the band, I believe. Is that correct, gentlemen?
Just Larry is.
Just Larry.
Yes.
Well, good morning to you both. I want to talk about the band shell, which I understand is up for some renovation, or is it a rebuilding project that you have in mind?
Well, we're working on options right now, design options, to take a look at both of those options. We're not sure exactly whether we're going to renovate the existing and add on to it, or whether we need to do a tear down and a rebuild. The band shell itself is about 80 years old. It's showing its age a little bit. It's a little bit undersized for what the band would like, and the band has been around for about 115 years.
It's quite a long time. I understand it's actually one of the oldest contiguously operating bands in the country. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. We make the claim that it's the oldest continuously playing city band in Minnesota. We don't know about it in the country, but in Minnesota, it's one of the oldest city bands.
Wow. Now, the band shell, as you say, it's about 80 years old, and it's right across the street from City Hall.
Well, actually, it's right kitty corner from the Lake County Courthouse.
Okay.
City Hall is located on First Avenue, and the band shell is between 2nd and 3rd Avenues in the city of Two Harbors, and that's one of the things that we'd like to maintain is a town square effect. There have been concerts in that park for many, many years, and there's churches located nearby, and also the 3M Museum is located right across the street where 3M started.
Minnesota Mining and Manufacturers started in Two Harbors.
Yes.
I didn't know that. That's great.
Yes.
Wow. Now, the band shell, as I recall, and because I've been to some concerts, and it's really a wonderful way to spend a Thursday evening, and it seems like people of all ages seem to attend. It's not just something that seems so antiquated. It's actually quite a broad spectrum of people as far as a family event goes.
That's correct. We have a lot of sponsors for our concerts. Each concert, there's usually an ice cream treat or something else sponsored by a local business, and the crowds are very appreciative of the music that the city band performs. Our biggest concert of the year is during Heritage Days, which is this year the weekend following the 4th of July, and the park becomes very crowded due to the number of people who return to Two Harbors for that weekend.
Now, the band shell, as you say, is a little undersized for the size of the band at this point. Are there other architectural problems that you have with the shell besides its age?
Well, there's no real public restrooms available for the public when attending the concerts, and it's not very handicapped accessible. The band shell was actually a replica of one that was built out in Valley City, North Dakota, by a former director of the city band, Paul Gaucher. Paul directed our city band for over 35 years, and the band shell is very acoustically sound. It has like a double wall, a wood wall that projects the sound out, and the crowd really is receptive to the sound that comes from the band shell.
We're speaking with John Gregor, who's a board member of the Friends of the Two Harbors Band Shell Park, and Larry Saur, who's also a member of the band. Larry, the band has been, as we say, continuously operating for over a century now.
Yes.
The spectrum of music that it plays is not just all the old favorites. They actually are reaching into all of the libraries of local wind bands from schools and other places. It's still a very active institution.
Yes. As a member of the city band this last winter, I actually took an inventory of the music library, and we have over 1,300 music compositions, and it ranges from the foxtrots and marches to the show tunes and other compositions. The earliest copyrighted date of the music that I found was 1805, so it goes back quite a ways. And we have rotating directors of the band throughout the summer who are former musicians with the band who have gone on to graduate with music degrees and conduct bands in a variety of locations around the area. But our mentor was Paul Gaucher, who was the director for over 35 years, and that's who the band shell was dedicated to. It's now the Paul Gaucher Memorial Band Shell.
So now, what challenges are still remaining for the Friends of the Band Shell in their efforts to get this band shell rebuilt? Are you still trying to raise funds? Are you in the process of planning? What is the stage of the process now?
Sure. We received an $8,000 grant from the University of Minnesota, Northeast Minnesota Sustainable Development Partnership. And what they do is they go into communities and help facilitate sustainable development by identifying and supporting targeted projects and creating networks of cooperation between the community and the University of Minnesota. So that sort of has set us off on this design phase where we're looking at options for redesigning the band shell as well as the park itself. Thomas Olin Park is a fixture in Two Harbors. It's centrally located. The renovation of the park will have a good positive impact on the business community there as well. The Mayor Randy Bolin, has supported this project from the very beginning and felt this would be a good way to help Two Harbors get some economic redevelopment. So we're at that point in the process. We've raised about $5,000 besides the $8,000 grant, the majority of which has been contributions from individuals throughout the city who support this project. There's a lot of interest in the project from the community, and it's also historically sensitive because for 75 or 80 years people have been going to the park and sitting in that park in front of the Paul Gaucher band shell and watching their band. And so when you talk about making a change there, that causes people concern, and we're very sensitive to that, and we want to make sure that we get input from everyone as far as the look and feel of whatever we're going to propose to replace it.
So are more money still needs to be raised? Is that sort of where you're at this point, or are you sort of getting toward that in the black, so to speak, so that the building can begin?
There's a lot of fundraising that needs to happen yet, and we're always looking for more funds. If anybody is interested in contributing, if I may, I would just mention our website, which is www.friendsofthebandshellpark.org, and we're always looking for more donations. We have quite a bit of fundraising left to do. This is just the beginning. We're sort of at the beginning of our process here.
The importance of a city band, I think, is often overlooked. I know that in years past, and for some it may seem sort of an antiquated thing, but for Two Harbors and for many people around Two Harbors, certainly in Duluth as well, because many people I know head up to see these concerts, it's still quite an active part of many people's summers.
It is. We get a lot of tourists that come to Two Harbors. You know, we have a wonderful campground there, and a lot of people that come to the campground look forward to the Thursday night concerts. You can see them there every Thursday night. It's something that's a part of what they look forward to visiting the community. So the city band, their concerts are anticipated. There's hundreds of people that come to attend them, and it's just a good time. If you've never been, it's a wonderful small town tradition, and this town has done it really, really well.
Wonderful. Well, John Gregor, board member of the Friends of the Two Harbors Band Shell Park, and Larry Saur, member of the band as well. Thank you both so much for speaking with us this morning.
Well, thank you very much for having us.
Indeed.
Thanks, Chris.
And we look forward to the progress.
Yes, we'll keep you up to date.
Indeed. Thank you.
Okay.
Take care.
Yep. Bye now.
Bye-bye.
Two Harbors Band Shell Park, and of course every Thursday night in the summers you can go and hear band music for free. And as they say, it's often sponsored by local businesses, and there's often ice cream and people in their lawn chairs enjoying great, wonderful live band music in Two Harbors, Minnesota.